It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this Cinco de Mayo, the 5th day of May. I'm actually pre-recording a couple segments of this morning because I'm not sure how things are going to be once I get into Union Station in Chicago. But it's it was recorded a little while ago. As a matter of fact, as I speak, we are getting ready to stop at South Bend, Indiana, for all of you Notre Dame fans out there. So that's what's up this morning. On my way across the country. All right, we do have some cruise ships sailing today from various ports in North America. On this, the 5th day of May. From Baltimore, you got Enchantment of the Seas sailing, Charleston, Carnival Sunshine, Port Canaveral, Carnival Freedom, Miami, the Disney Magic, Mobile, Carnival Ecstasy, Galveston, the Carnival Breeze, San Francisco, Seven Seas Mariner, Seattle, the Norwegian Sun gets underway. How about that? That's one we haven't seen for a while. Vancouver, you got Ovation of the Seas gets underway today. So if you listen to the podcast, welcome aboard. As always, you can access the podcast at all the major places or by my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or, of course, Podchaser, Pandora, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. To search for travel and cruise industry news, and the old fat travel guy will pop up. So I'll be back with more news this morning after a word from one of our network sponsors. All right, on with today's news. There's not a whole lot in the news world this morning, folks. Actually, it's very light for the middle of the week. Carnival Breeze cruise ship yesterday responded to a distress call during a 4-day Western Caribbean sailing. The vessel assisted the Mexican Navy in a successful rescue operation. The Dream-class ship was en route to its first port of call in Cozumel when it picked up a distress signal approximately 5 nautical miles from its course on Tuesday morning. Carnival Cruise Line confirmed that it was a small sailboat named Carpe Venum that needed urgent help. After picking up the signal, the Carnival Breeze diverted to assist while sailing in the Yucatan Channel. The large cruise ship waited near the Carpe Venum. According to passengers on board the Carnival Breeze, 3 people were rescued by the Navy from the sailboat. Everybody was safe. Cunard has announced its itinerary lineup for 2023 and 24, including the highly anticipated maiden itineraries of the first new ship in more than a decade, the Queen Anne. More than 110 international sailings are scheduled, visiting 126 unique ports in 51 countries. The Pinnacle-class Queen Anne will set sail on her maiden 7-night voyage round trip from Southampton, January 4th, with an overnight in Lisbon and 2 days at sea. On her return to Southampton, the newest queen will be joined by her 2 sister ships, Queen Mary II and Queen Victoria. This will be the first time the 3 ships come together, a fitting end to the maiden voyage. Following the maiden voyage, Queen Anne will continue sailing from Southampton for her inaugural season, calling at more than 32 ports across the world. And finally this morning, folks, the port of Galveston has seen significant increase in passenger numbers during the restart, with 6 cruise ships calling on port regularly. The port of Galveston sees a healthy return to cruising The port welcomed 100 departures in the first 4 months of the year, with over 200,000 guests setting foot ashore, and it's only going to get busier in Galveston, especially when Royal Caribbean opens their new terminal. So that's it for news this morning. Let's jump over and see who's in the chat room, and I'll be back live for that. All right, back live, guys. We did tape a couple segments this morning, so I had those in the can because I had no idea what I was going to get into here. As it turns out, I've got decent lighting in the lounge, a decent picture, decent signal. So, but I didn't know because I hadn't been here before. Hot Air Tom's with us. He did a train status on Amtrak, assuming I have the correct train. It says Chillie arrived in Chicago at 8:42 a.m. That's 8:42 Central Time, which is 9:42 our time. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nikki. Carol's here. Good morning, Carol. Hi, Bonnie. Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. Hi, Sonny. Gretchen's here out in Ohio. John's with us. I checked with John just to make sure I had a good signal just a few minutes ago. He was standing by to take over if needed. Amy's with us. How you doing, Amy? Are you able to get real food, or is it a prefab on the train? Well, it's kind of a mixture. There's not a dining car per se on the train I just got off of. They had a snack bar, but the staff did the running for me. I didn't have to go myself. So I had a cheeseburger for dinner last night. That was fine. It was good cheese. It was a pretty decent cheeseburger. This morning I had a couple sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits and some orange juice. So yeah, it was okay. I have no idea what this next train's going to be. I go from Chicago to Sacramento and then change again and go from Sacramento to Seattle. And then I've got a night in Seattle before I board Quantum of the Seas, of course, going to Alaska. So, but anyway, all in all, things have gone well. I did have my first issue with Amtrak, and that was they helped me get off the train. That was fine. The staff I had on the train was excellent. But the Red Caps were supposed to come pick us up. And we waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. Now I'm talking like 30 minutes. And finally, I had to go to the bathroom, sitting there in the cold that long. So I just packed it up on my walker and walked it in. So I had to walk a long way. Once I got inside, the guy that helped me inside, then it was fine. So that's been as helpful as everything that so far with Amtrak. But they didn't have, I don't know if they didn't have enough people, they had too many trains at once or what, but there was a whole gang of us that were stuck out there, literally stuck on the walkway. So one lady sitting over here that was sat in the seat behind me is on crutches. So there's no way she can walk it in. So anyway, now I'm in the lounge. It's a very nice lounge. It's close to the bathrooms, which is another benefit. The one in Washington, I had to walk about 100 yards to get to a bathroom. But the restrooms are close by here. So that's helpful. Probably board about 1 o'clock or start out in that direction. The train leaves, I believe it's at 2 o'clock, of course, Chicago time. And, it's another overnight train. I did attempt to get a sleeper car, but they're sold out. So, because I did not sleep a whole lot last night. Slept some, but sitting up, I'm not comfortable. Even as nice as seats as they are, I'm not comfortable trying to lay down. I'm comfortable with the seat going way back. So, I tried to get a sleeper, but to no avail. John says my next train is the California Zephyr. All right. Gretchen, spending the morning studying Rome. I don't know how much more art I can take. I can appreciate that. Nikki says, love the Zephyr. We took it to California from Denver. Can't wait to see California's Zephyr journey. Want to do this train. I had no idea. I'd love to ride the Zephyr. Really? That's amazing. Jason says, where is he? I'm in the lounge at the train station in Chicago. Went through Pittsburgh last night at midnight, Jason. I waved in case you could see me. Gretchen says Chicago, I think. Yes. John here, idea talk to Therma about switching to the Empire Builder, might have a sleeper free food. Okay. Talk to them about switching to the Empire Builder. Might have a sleeper free food. Okay, I'll ask. Can't hurt. Emily's with us. Hey, Emily, how you doing? 72 today and sunny. Boy, it's not 72 and sunny here. It's rather cold. I hope you will try to get a sleeper car for your trip home, knowing what you know now. Yeah, probably. At least I'll see. Jason says, how's the food on the train? Do they have pizza? I had pizza at the Washington train station. Deep dish, New York style. Actually, it was really good. But that was at the Washington train station, not on the train itself. And no, they don't have pizza on the train. I had a burger last night, and I had sausage biscuits for breakfast this morning. They're fine. It's not like a dining car. It's not a dining car, at least on this one. Maybe the Zephyr will be different. I don't know. I have to see. Bonnie says, I was so happy that I booked a roomette when I took Amtrak. No way would I have slept in business class seats. I need dark and quiet. Well, I don't need dark and I don't need quiet. I need comfort for all the metal and crap I've got in my body. So that's the main thing for me. All right, guys. So at least we got a show off without having any major disruption. The second segment there was getting a little shaky. Kenneth popped in. Hey, Kenneth, do they have an elevator to get to the second level, or do you have to go upstairs? No, last night I was on the second level, but the bathroom was on the first level, and I have to go up and down stairs, and that was a killer. So no matter what, when I get out to the train today, I'm going to request that I am on the same level as the bathroom. So Hot Air Tom says the food court in DC Union Station is really good. Lots of choices. Yeah, just riding the little bit of time that I rode with the guy after I got in the station here. There's a lot of food courts here. I just haven't gotten to them yet. I don't need to get to them. I had a pretty big breakfast. Kenneth says, I don't know if I could sit on a train for 4 days. Can you feel it hitting the tracks? You don't. Yeah, you feel a little. There's a little sway to it. Actually, the most nerving thing to me is that the horn. The conductor blowing the horn up from the engine up front. That seems like it goes all the time. So Emily wants to know what I think of Washington Station. Looking forward to going back on the 27th. Yeah, it was nice. And this is the Union Station in Chicago is absolutely gorgeous. I at least got to see a little bit of it where the guy took me to see about the sleeper. But yeah, it was both Washington and Chicago do it right. That's excellent stations. Are there a lot of people on the train? Yeah. Not like airplanes have been, unless people were, in pairs. There was one person on every seat, pretty much through the whole train, I think. But it was, one person for two seats. So I was able to spread out, have all my stuff plugged in and work and do all kinds of things. So yeah, that part of it was very good. It's not super crowded like airplanes were. So, and again, I don't have anything to compare it to because I've not done this. So I don't know if it's the same as it used to be or if it's more or less, or I don't have the history to prove on that. Sonny says Chicago Union Station is an old building and beautiful. Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. The gold dome, and yeah, I was very impressed. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I will probably try to do a live stream again tonight from someplace wherever I am before it gets dark. Especially if we get into a situation where I'm comfortable and get everything charged up again from being without electricity. That's one of the drawbacks to this lounge. There's no plug-ins, so that they need to upgrade that. Kenneth, John here, totally safe. Everyone is watching. If someone messed with your stuff, others would point it out right away. Yeah, that it's. I have had no trouble with that at all. I see the question up there. I missed the question, Kenneth. Did you feel safe with your valuables next to you while you were trying to sleep? That's why I probably want to sleep. Yeah, I know. I felt perfectly safe, and the passengers and the crew are extraordinarily helpful. The lady behind me is on crutches. She must have had 15 different people would stop by and say, "How you doing? You need anything?" I mean, it was amazing, just absolutely amazing. So, and again, the only problem I've had at all with the train was that the red caps didn't show up when I really needed them when I got off of the Capital Express or whatever the name of that train is. I got to get used to the names. So I'm going on the Zephyr. I remember that, California Zephyr. And Sonny John says, you are right, but like now he's in a lounge with controlled access. Yeah, the lounge here is just for people that need assistance or need red cap service to get their belongings to the train, or like in my case, my body to the train. And there will be assistance all the way into my seat. So, all right, that's going to wrap me up, guys. I will see everybody later on today, someplace as we cross the country. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock for travel and cruise industry news. For now, this is the old fat travel guy. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all meet on the high seas. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.